This is a debate that's starting to be sparked on Twitter, and I'm going to give my take on it because some things I don't feel like need to be an argument, but apparently people are doing The Weeknd versus Bruno. Even though their music is different, they're still relatively similar. They're both pop R&B in a way. They just do it differently. And honestly, the more I think about it, I get how this is comparable, but again, it's just one of those where I don't think it's a very good comparison. So if we go ahead and let's talk about who I think wins out of these two. Now, both of these are phenomenal artists. People say all the time that Bruno does not have a bad song. They just straight up say it, like he does not have a bad song. And while I mainly agree with that, because I've never heard a song by Bruno where I'm like, this is just trash. I might not like it that much, but I can never go, this is just garbage. The thing about Bruno is I feel like Bruno fits a certain archetype. Like those Frank Oceans, the Kendrick Lamars, the people that barely drop. And when you barely drop, you need to put out amazing quality. That's what you need to do. And Bruno does that. But again, when you have an artist that's quality and quantity, they're unbeatable. Kind of like a Drake or a Chris Brown or The Weeknd. Whenever The Weeknd drops, it's nothing but quality. It's quality music and there's quantity. You can't compare that to somebody who drops every 5, 6 years. You just can't do that. That would be like if an even more extreme comparison if you compared Justin Timberlake to The Weeknd. It just doesn't compute. And even if you do compare them off of base levels, do not ever disrespect The Weeknd like this again. Because The Weeknd is broke. He is a phenomenal artist who has a crazy amount of monthly listeners, just like Bruno. Bruno does too, but Bruno got boosted because of a recent song with Lady Gaga. He got boosted because of this. Usually Bruno sits around 80 million monthly listeners, and The Weeknd has been well over 100 million monthly listeners. But yeah, he got boosted because of this Lady Gaga song. So I know people will say numbers don't lie, but sometimes there's, intricacies about them. So yeah, that's just what I think about this debate. I think The Weeknd clears Bruno easily, even though I think Bruno is phenomenal. He just doesn't have the work ethic to keep up with The Weeknd. His last solo project was in 2016. That's going to be a decade in 2 years. And The Evening with Silk Sonic, it was a very amazing project. This album is very good, but Bruno, like Kendrick Lamar, Frank Ocean, they don't like to work. But again, when Bruno drops, it's very good quality music, but he doesn't. Again, when you have two artists comparable, you got quality and quantity, and in one, and then you just got quality in another. It's an easy comparison, in my opinion. But that's just what I think about it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. With this one, do you have The Weeknd or Bruno? I got The Weeknd free. It's not even close to me. Even though I really like Bruno, don't get it twisted. I think Bruno is an amazing artist, but The Weeknd is just undeniable.